focus our chi.
Well, YouTubers, now that Justin has successfully got his Zen moment in, we can now start the show off here. So, YouTubers, here's what we got a question for you this week. What is the craziest thing you've done to be able to try to harvest a buck, right? I mean, we've all done some crazy things, Justin. Come on.
Yeah, hiking out in the middle of the night, hanging stands in the dark as we see Dan Richardson driving a boat into his spot. So guys, comment below, let us know what the craziest thing you've done to try to kill a deer is. Guys, as always, we appreciate you watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your comments below.
Hey guys, welcome to December. I mean, here we are, Justin.
Yes.
It is. It feels good, man. We got the cold weather coming in. Some snow is hitting the ground. I know Justin's excited to be able to hit the woods this evening.
I'm going to hit the beans. Not really the woods. The standing beans.
He's completely...
Ground blind, standing beans. I'm ready to go.
He's cursed me on my hunt this evening.
No, you're going to get one. You're going to get one tonight. I feel it,
There's
man.
nothing that you want to hear more than when you tell somebody where you're going to go hunt. He's like, huh? Why are you going over there? That place sucks. It's like, great, Justin, thanks. But with that being said, guys, let's dive into this episode. This is just another great episode we've got this week for you. First off, we're going to jump in the woods with Tim Ainsworth as he finally gets a buck.
Good morning from the rainforests of the Amazon. Is it ever going to stop raining? I feel like I haven't seen the sun in a week. It's 6:30 on November the 5th. It's a Sunday morning, and we're back at it again, middle of the rut. Deer should be moving. We know our big guys are tending does at this point, so I decided to move into the woods quite a bit, hunt the top of this ridge. Where bedding is on both sides of me, north and south. Hoping the bucks are going to work this ridge east-west, catching thermals, looking for those hot does as they switch over. Alright, well, that's gonna do it. I want to make a small adjustment here. I know they're working down in the valleys. And right now I just don't think they're going to be working back this way. They're going to be working west, so I'm gonna get down. Want to be out back in the tree around 12:30, so gotta get moving here. Gonna go grab a bite to eat, and then figure out what destination food source we want to be on. So this is going to be the most unentertaining hunt ever. I have 14 minutes of battery. I plugged it in, watched the yellow light turn on, and I got out to the stand. It says 14 minutes. So you're gonna get the abridged version of my hunt. Try and cut in some gas with the GoPro and the Tech Cam, but I don't have time to talk. We're sitting on top of the same spot I sat 2 days ago, top of a ridge, north winds. Buck should be cruising this spot back and forth. This sucks. See ya. Bye. Bam! Baby. Buck down. I knew it. The day that I didn't frickin' somehow screw up my battery. It's the day that I get to shoot a buck. Yeah, baby, one shot. Oh, he's down right there. He didn't go 10 yards. 40 yards. Alright, well, we're just gonna settle in here. I'm pretty sure that's the buck we call Porterhouse. And he's a 3.5-year-old. And I just couldn't pass him up. I don't know, I saw antlers way wider than his ears. Yeah, a little spindly, but man, beautiful buck. Can't wait to get down there and take a look at him. So we're gonna settle in for about an hour, so let Troy and his dad hopefully capitalize here, and we'll see what happens.
What a beautiful sight right there. You know, when you got the paper towels and the gutting water, there's no doubt in your mind that deer is dead. I watched him fall, and now the fun begins. So we're gonna grab up the gear, head on up to the barn, grab the gator, and go get my buck. Bow hunt or die. All right, guys, well, here he is, right where we left him. Didn't go 40 yards from the stand. The kill zone did a number on him, definitely double lunged him here, and we saw him crash on film. So great way to end the rut for me, you know, with kids at home. This was the only time I could get away from home. Last morning I could get out, and God blessed me with this buck as he walked by trailing the doe. So super excited. We're gonna throw a tag on this big boy and get him back to the house for some proper trophy interviews and trophy photos.
To be proven is a blessing. It takes faith. It takes devotion. It's never taking a single moment for granted. It takes heart. It takes passion. It's understanding that the hunt is bigger than us. We are proven. We are deadly. We are Scentlock.
You know, Justin, we talk about it a lot, but man, when you see that deer just go bam, you're like,
There's nothing
thank
better.
you.
There's
There is
nothing better as a
better.
bow hunter than watching him tip over right in front of you. You know, that was a great hunt that Tim had. You know, he had a couple exciting morning hunts there. I know he had kind of a slower season leading up to it. You guys unfortunately didn't get to see all those hunts, but man, those couple mornings, just bucks chasing does and grunting, and just sometimes you have those special mornings, turkeys chirping in the trees. And
I know we're not going to show it, Justin, but I gotta comment on it a little bit. I mean,
okay.
yeah, we deleted one little interview of his east, south, the deer is going west, then it's going south. I mean,
I was very confused.
I was super confused too. So we had to massage one interview out of there because I never heard somebody use so many different directions during a hunt ever. But what a great hunt. Tim's on the board with a great buck. I know he's got a couple kids at home. He's super busy, been working a lot, so
Yeah.
I'm sure he's feeling darn good.
Yeah, man, when you got limited time to hunt, you really can't be all that picky. Not that he was being picky. I mean, that's a great deer. I think anybody, or most of the guys anyways, watching the show would have shot that deer too. I know I would have. Big wide buck, you know, so congratulations to Tim. I know he's had a heck of a season. He's looking forward to some late season hunting coming up here shortly. Guys, next we're going to jump down to Indiana with...
For a boat ride.
Yeah, we're going to go on a boat ride with Dan Richardson, so let's take a look at that now.
Okay, you can probably guess it. It's raining. It started graying up just a little bit as I was leaving the house. Didn't look too bad. I got about halfway to my stand, it started pouring. I got my tactics on, kept me dry, and I've got the umbrella up there mainly to keep the camera dry in my pack. So, back in the same stand I was this morning, jumped one deer on the way in. This is my first evening hunt out of this stand this year, so not sure how it's going to go. We're going to find out. Not a bad set. 2 bucks and a button buck, if you want to call it a buck. Got about 15 minutes left. Probably not going to be able to hunt it tomorrow. There's like an 80% chance of rain. It is what it is. It's going to be warm anyway. First time in to my #1 spot this season. Kind of been saving it for this time of year. I like to wait till it's just right. I don't want to go in there and booger it up. This is where I see most of my big bucks. Got a new approach this year. Instead of hiking in for a long way and chancing on bumping deer and scenting me and everything else, I'm going to decrease that dramatically. I'm going to boat in. The only obstacle I got, the boat ride's about 500 yards long, and I've got to climb up a really steep hill. It's on a high wall basically, but once I get to the top of that, 40 yards, and I'm in my stand. So I can't wait to try this. Kind of a new one on me, kind of fits style. Yeah, you, Mike. But hey, we're gonna give her a go. I'll show you this hill I'm dealing with. I got a scale here in a minute. It looks like nothing in this camera. It's almost crawling up the hill. You don't walk up this one. I got about finally made it. That hill is rough. It rained all night last night, and it was like walking on ice. Every time I'd take a step up, my feet would just slide out from under me. I'm gonna have to get a rope sometime here, tie it at the top, let it go all the way down. That way I've got something to hang on to on the way up. If it was dry, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's not. Much better vantage point here. I'm up on a little knob. I'm only about 16 feet up in the tree, but when you look down at the bottom and the L's on two sides of me, it looks like it's way down there. First buck of the evening. Man, he was cautious. He kept staring on the hill behind me. I don't know if something was up here earlier or what. It's a good sign. At least I'm seeing something. But then again, I'm still not seeing much activity of the rut yet. Hey, good morning from Richardson Kitchen. I'm gonna try to keep it down so I don't wake everybody up. Rough season. Not seeing that many deer this year. Rut activity is not very good. I don't know. It's just I can't figure it out. But what I'm gonna do today, I'm trying not to overhunt my favorite stand, the one I'm boating into. So I only hunt it maybe a day or two at a time. Take a break, let it air out for a day or two. Moved a lone wolf into another area. I've seen some does in that area from another stand, but I wasn't quite in that right position, so I moved it. I got to where I think the concentration of those are going to be, but haven't really seen many bucks chasing them there, so I haven't shot anything yet. If a doe gives me a chance this morning, I'm probably going to take it. But I don't know, that's just something with me. It seems like every year, even when I shoot a buck, I've always got to shoot a doe first. It's just like the ultimate warm-up and a confidence builder. So given that chance, I'll probably take it. Got high hopes for that spot this morning. It's going to be nice and cold out there, so I'm going to get my gear and get rolling. Hey, good morning. Stand moved yesterday afternoon. Been seeing a lot of deer, but where they're at, they're always in a thicket. I really don't have many shots, so I've kind of seen where they're traveling to. I moved a stand over here, hoping a bunch of them will come through, because today, if I get a chance, I will pop a doe. I'll tell you what, I've been itching to pull the trigger. Right there. Her fawn came in earlier, and then a small buck's been chasing her around back in there. He's so small I couldn't even see antler. And finally she, for some reason, left them both. Came right down here in front of me, probably 15 yards. Gave me a good shot. All right, doe down. I'm gonna go ahead and put another arrow on real quick, just in case. I got my buck tag yet, so. All right, bow hunter die. thing was stuck in the dirt that far, the Hellraiser did excellent. Seen quite a few does. Not much chasing this morning. The only buck I seen was you couldn't even see its antlers. Must have been a small spike or something. It's pretty far out. A lot of activity though, but feels good to finally get something done. Made a perfect double long shot on her. Hellraiser blowed right through her. Didn't go very far. They fall on camera. You gotta love that. Had a real good blood trail. But I'm anxious to fill that buck tag. I've been hunting very hard. Not too much luck on the bucks yet. Haven't seen anything over 100 inches, but it feels like it's just getting started here in Indiana. So I'm gonna get out after that this evening, get her taken care of. Bow hunt or die. Hey, good morning. Back on the high wall stand again. Haven't hunted here in a few mornings. Last time I was back here, I seen a shooter buck just briefly. Couldn't get him on camera. Got drizzle in the forecast, but it's in the 40s. Not sure how the movement's gonna be today. I don't know. Feels like everything's livening up today. I got birds chirping and making noises, so maybe the deer will be active too. Here we go. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm about ready to throw in the towel on this stand, my high wall stand. It's always a phenomenal place until this season. I don't know what's going on. It's just not producing. I've got another area in mind that I've never hunted, but I've always wanted to. It's within about, I don't know, 600-700 yards from here. If I don't do any good this morning, I'm gonna get down. I'm gonna quietly walk over to that place, scout it out real quick, and may come back and hang a stand. Possibly hunt it in the evening. So. All right. I'm trying to be quiet. I think he stopped right over there. That thing came out of nowhere. I didn't even have time to get my GoPro on. All I had to do, I just had time to turn the camera on. He was like right there, right now. Beautiful shot. I see my knock glowing down there, it passed through. I've had a dry run, believe me. It feels good to finally have an arrow in something. Look like a good buck. He's not a giant, but he's definitely a mature buck, and I'm gonna be very happy with that. Check it. Great blood. Just like the doe the other day, this thing was buried that far in the dirt. Wow. Loom knock HD orange. Still glowing. Blew my fletching off. But that's okay. These are so easy to put on, these Hellfires. Just boil your water. Stick them on there. Heat shrink. Stick them in the boiling water and you got it. Already found blood. Man, I'll tell you what. One thing I noticed when I came down here and pulled my arrow, and just right now, It smells like rutting buck bad. I mean, this thing stinks. When you find blood and it's got air bubbles all in it, that's a really good sign of a lung hit right there. Oxygen runs through the lungs, it gets in the blood as it pours out. That's a real good sign when you find that. Definitely a lungs hit. So there he is. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm tickled to death. This is one of those bucks where the score is going to go way out the window, but it don't matter. I think he's an older deer. His head is huge. He's got mass just like crazy. Got this extra little beam sticking out down here. I'll tell you what, it started out to be one of the probably worst seasons I've had in a long time. But you just got to hang in there and just try to put something together. I was already making plans in the tree this morning to go scout another area and hang another stand. I'm not just going to sit around and just keep hunting a spot where I'm not seeing deer, but that kind of changed this morning. I kept having does coming through, and I thought, well, that's good because it's been pretty slow back there. It used to be a phenomenal area. This guy, he just appeared out of nowhere. I mean, he was on me before I even knew what happened. But a real small frame, short points, but look at the mass on this thing. Look at that forehead. His head is so wide. He's got that Roman nose. I hit him back here, but it came out on the other side on his armpit here. I had him quartering away. A perfect shot, but he went probably 100 yards. But the bad part is, I don't know if you can see this stuff behind me. I'm in the hills and it's thick, and the boat is about 200 yards that way. Plus I got to get him down a very big hill. So I've got my work cut out for me. I'm tickled to death with this buck. Tagged out in Indiana. Bow hunt or die. I got him down there. This is what I climb every time I come back here to hunt. I've had a rope tied to this tree all the way down. When it's wet, you can't hardly get up it. Being in stealth mode like that though, look what it got me.
Those were two awesome hunts, or probably more than two hunts that Dan went on in total that we saw, but a great doe harvest, great buck kill after that. I thought it was awesome that, you know, earlier in Dan's hunt, he's sitting there going, man, I just haven't seen the action here. After this hunt, I'm probably going to tear the set down and move it. And
we've all been there.
We absolutely have all been there. And then, what, an hour later, an awesome buck walks by. And Dan's absolutely correct. I mean, that is an old deer. You could tell just by looking at his face that he's an old deer. You know, not much for headgear, but, you know, not every deer out there has the genetics to be a Boone and Crockett deer. Most of them, honestly, are going to look just like that. And that's a deer I would be incredibly proud of shooting. What a unique, just cool looking buck.
Yeah, and it does amaze me just how sneaky these freaking bucks can be sometimes. I mean, it is just amazing to me how just tiptoe like they can come in on you sometimes. I mean, I'm not saying that
Dan a lot of pines there, so I mean
that's even worse.
That's even worse. They sneak up on you for sure. But what an awesome hunt! I mean, what two awesome hunts really. I mean, the doe crashes on film. The buck probably would have crashed on film if it wasn't so thick in there. Two perfect shots from Dan. Complete pass-throughs on both of them. Heck of a season for him.
I like the boat ride. Boat ride,
Yeah.
the rope for climbing up, guys. On our YouTube channel, we mentioned some of the craziest things that you've done to be able to harvest a buck. So we want to hear from you too. If you haven't already joined into our, I guess it would be, what is our private Bow Hunt or Die Facebook group, you know, make sure that you do that for sure. We want to hear your stories, some of the craziest things that you've done to be able to get the buck of a lifetime.
Yeah, definitely. So guys, great season for Dan. Next up, we're gonna join Todd and get an update on his season. Everybody's been asking Todd, what have you been up to? So we're about to find out. Let's look now.
Well, guys, welcome to this finally chilly December the 6th. Out here on a little evening hunt. I'm hoping these deer are going to start cooperating and start coming to the food. You know, we had such a great acorn crop this year that the bucks and does and just deer in general have just not been in the food plots like I've seen them in the past. They've mostly been deep in the timber. So we're hoping with this cold weather, they're going to start coming in. A little bit of snow would help. But, you know, I wanted to take this moment to do a little bit of a recap of how my season's been going. You know, it's been great. I mean, I shot a pronghorn, shot a great elk in Wyoming this year. And I tell you, I had a chance to get out in the woods a lot this year. And I've had some great encounters, just not with the bucks that I've been after. You know, let's get started right off the bat with Longhorn. It's a buck I've been talking about for a couple of years. Unfortunately, now in December, I've lost track of him. I can't find him at all. But man, I sure went hard after him. I mean, I was on the Quiet Cat, sometimes riding as far as 1 to 2 miles to get into different spots to be able to get the wind right. On multiple occasions, he was on his feet during daytime. I just chose the wrong stance to go to. It's a game of cat and mouse. We all know that bow hunting is cat and mouse and a game of inches. In this case, he just chose to be by different stands than the ones that I was at during those hunts. But along the way, I had some great encounters. One encounter I can think of specifically actually was on the property that I'm sitting on tonight. And this super good buck came in. He was chasing a doe. He just wasn't the buck that I wanted. I mean, nice deer. He had split brow tines, beautiful deer. I just wasn't ready to shoot that deer because of some of the other bucks that were on my hit list. So I chose to pass on him. Another really good encounter was a giant buck that I was chasing on a lease of mine. This buck showed up, and unfortunately, actually 2 of the shooters that day showed up, but they did exactly the opposite of what I thought. I snuck in there on a northwest wind, and would you believe it? That's the direction that they came from, and I got busted. It's as simple as that. I mean, I like to say that I was going to try to outsmart these guys, and I thought I had everything figured out, but the reality is they just totally came from the wrong direction. But it was a great hunt. I was able to film one of my hit listers, and let's face it, I mean, that's a success alone. Sometimes just laying your eyes on the bucks that you're chasing is success as well. Then another nice buck that I had an encounter with. I'm hoping he makes it till next year. He's just got this one funky side. He's a cool looking deer. That buck, I executed my plan perfectly. I found this one tree that had tons of acorns on it. I got the wind right, came all the way around on the Quiet Cat, got up behind him, snuck into my stand. It was an extremely windy day. I mean, big time. A rainstorm came in. I literally put the camera away, got the camera back on, and sure enough, that buck came up from the bottom, hit the acorns, walked right by my stand, and gave me a perfect, you know, what I love, those 8-yard just slammer shots. But it just wasn't, again, the buck that I was chasing. As far as other animals to shoot along the way, turkeys have been not my friends this year. I don't think I've seen a turkey this year within range of hunting. I did have a yoke come in one day and put on a really cool show for me, and I was going to shoot him, but man, I just couldn't see him through my pins. But man, I tell you what, he was within 15 yards and he was howling right there, and that doesn't often happen that often where you can hear him howling right there. So that was pretty fun. As far as some other encounters, I mean, seriously, I have probably had at least 3 or 4 other encounters of some really good bucks coming by, but something just happened. I mean, either I had a limb in the way, just didn't have the perfect shot. One specific buck that I thought of that I really wanted to get was this really nice tall 8-pointer, nice brow tines. He came in, and gosh darn it, total rookie move. I didn't have my Manfredo tightened down enough. He came in perfect for me, and every time I got set up to shoot him, my darn Manfredo kept drifting on me, and I just freaking could not pull it off. I mean, I literally had 1, 2, 3 different opportunities, and I just could not get it done. And I was fully prepared at that point in the season to shoot that deer, but I just wasn't able to get it done. One other and last and final buck I had an opportunity to shoot, he just wouldn't come in any closer. You know, the rut set in. I started sneaking into areas and I started bumping bucks with does, and there's nothing you can do. If that doe just doesn't come by you with him, you're basically screwed, you know. And on this particular hunt, this buck came in and I thought he was going to come. He was definitely a good looking deer. Walked in, he had his does with him. He just plopped his butt down right there and laid down. The does took off and he ended up taking off with them. So I'm very hopeful here in the late season that I'm going to be able to find some other deer. I know they're around. I'm just going to have to hope that this cold weather sets in. That's what you need in the late season. Constant cold weather. They become a slave to their stomachs, and hopefully they'll be hitting some of my heartland plots, and hopefully I'm in the right spot at the right time. Until then, I hope you got your bow, and I hope you're in the woods because there's still some season left.
You know, Justin, I mean, it's not that, you know, I have been complaining that I haven't had the best year, but it's really
But then everybody leaves comments like, oh, give me a break. You know, I haven't shot a buck in 6 years, you know, and you're
right.
having one bad year. So
You're right.
you gotta keep it in perspective.
It's just whining, okay? I will
Whining.
openly admit that I'm probably just whining. I mean, I have seen a lot of deer. I have let a lot of nice bucks go. And it's been fun, and it feels good to let them go. I just haven't had that moment where it's just like, you know, perfect, I want this right there. And part of it is because I've just had so much of a buildup for me shooting longhorn. And as of December, I don't know the date even right now, 6th or 7th, whatever the date is today, you know, I've lost track of him. I have a bad feeling he might be gone, but you never know. You never know. So I'm still actively going to pursue a couple more hunts as it continues to get cold. But with that being said, it has been a decent season. There is still some time left.
We still got like 5-6 weeks left.
It gets busy with the holidays. It just gets busy. We got
ETA
ATA show coming up.
I get it. You just never know. So guys, late season action is coming. Hopefully the food plots pay off for
I'm
you,
gonna stay on.
Grafmeister.
I'm on.
So guys, next up we're gonna jump into a tech tip from our friends over at Lancaster Archery. So let's check in with PJ Riley right now as he talks to us a little bit about paper tuning.
Hey guys, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to paper tune our bow and our arrows. What we want to make sure through paper tuning is that the arrow is coming off the bow perfectly straight. Paper tuning is a simple way to figure out if there's any issues with the rest placement or with our knocking point, the D-loop. Do we need to make an adjustment there? So paper tuning, it's just a simple frame we've got here with a piece of paper in the middle, backstop behind it. You only need to stand a couple feet in front of it and just take a shot through the paper and see what the tear tells you about your shot. We've got a rounded edge on one side and we've got the tears from the fletchings to the left of that. So this is considered a left tear. And what it tells me is that my arrow is coming off the bow with the point to the right and the nock to the left. And the fix for this, for a left tear, is to take the rest and move it into the riser. Perfect. What you can see here is we've got a hole in the center with 3 perfectly framed fletchings around it. What that's called, that's the bullet hole. That's what we're striving for with paper tuning. And you can get all kinds of tears as you're doing your setup. You can have knock high, knock low, left, right, and there are different fixes for each of those problems on this graphic here. Once you've got everything centered perfectly so the shots are coming off straight, you're ready to go. Back to you guys.
Hey PJ, as always, that's some great information and definitely some good stuff for you to keep in mind when you're tuning your bow. Justin, we got trophy photos. Let's get them done.
Yep, guys, let's take a couple seconds here to thank the people who sent in their photos for this week's episode. Kane Workinger,
Jacob Hooverdale,
KJ Stott,
Joel Weaver,
Victor Chuvalo,
and TJ Mitchell. Well, Justin, each week it gets more and more difficult to choose who the winner is, but this week we have chosen...
It depends on who sends us PayPal money that week.
That's true. Or Bitcoin, whatever, we'll take it all. So this week we chose Joel Weaver. He will definitely be the winner.
Yeah, so Joel, congratulations. Great deer. Actually killed it with a trad bow. Awesome photo as well. So Joel, make sure you send us your info to info@bowhunting.com. We'll get you one of these new hats on your way. And guys, if you want to submit your photo for entry on the show, make sure you visit bowhunting.com, click on the Submit Your Trophy button, or you can post it in the Bowhunter Die Facebook group as well. Todd, that's all the action we've got for this week. As we mentioned earlier, late season, food sources, cold
There's
weather.
only 2 words here.
Yes.
Keep hunting.
Keep hunting. Shoot straight. Guys, make sure you wear your safety harness. We'll see you next week right here on Bowhunter Die.
For more exciting action, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and receive live updates from our team members as well as the latest happenings in the bow hunting and archery world. Be sure to share your photos, stories, and experiences as well. And don't forget to pick up your official bowhunting.com and Bowhunter Die gear by visiting bowhunting.com/gear. We have a full selection of hats, shirts, decals, wristbands, and much more. Joel Weaver, it's a great buck. He's hardcoring it. He's looking, I don't know what he's looking. Where do we do that?
Hardcoring it?
I know,
It sounded
hardcoring.
like hard corn.
Hardcorn?
He said he's hardcoring it.
Hardcorning it? I don't know. Okay, you ready?
53 degrees this morning. Back here, kind of behind a thicket, and I got a picked cornfield